We suck again!
Good evening, Bob.
Yo, Mike, what's going on?
Living the dream.
All right, so we're into our latest and greatest podcast. This is our first home game where we are not commanding the commute.
That's correct.
Otherwise we'd be putting this out in the parking lot on Christmas Day, bright and early.
But it's the Lord's birthday, and we have family, so
We're not doing that. We're not going to the game. We are not going to the game on Christmas Day. 1 o'clock Thursday, Cowboys.
Yep.
What would our record need to be for you to go to this game? Now, this is pure hypotheticals, right? We knew we kind of decided early on that we weren't going to go to this game in the season. We established that. I think. Of course, spilled my drink. That's just tragic.
Well, I mean, at least the glass didn't break.
It's a podcast blunder.
But
it did not break. If we did, we'd have to break and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but we're just going to keep rolling through this. This is manageable.
But I mean, to go to this game, I would say we would have to be as good. Yeah, we'd have to be as good as we were last season.
So let's see. Last year, how did we close it out? Did we close out the last two games 1-1?
I think so. But like with the overall record and having something to play for, where it's a can't miss type of game. But with this season and our current record of like 4-11, we can miss this game and know that we're not missing a damn thing.
I'd like to be one of those people that just says, like, no matter what our record is, we're going. And honestly, if this game wasn't on Christmas, we'd be gone. But
oh yeah, 100%.
It's Christmas, and the fact that what did we just get our fourth win or against the Giants?
Right, that was our fourth win. So we're 4-11.
Is that right?
I believe, yeah. I don't think this was our 12th loss, but
we got that for you. Yeah, we're 4-11. Not too good. Not quite 5-11 like Steve Spurrier said. 5-11, not too good. But we weren't the worst team. We're about to be 5-11, maybe, possibly.
I mean, that's a tall order there, Bob.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
On Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to foreshadow, but we're going to lose, okay?
You think?
Yeah.
The Cowboys aren't that good?
Yeah, but the first time we played them this year, we lost like 44-22, okay? It doesn't instill a whole lot of confidence going into this game.
44-22, yeah.
With the way this season has gone,
wasn't too good.
We're going to lose.
Wasn't too good, but we're at home. Does that play any difference? No, because that
not when we're trash.
So let's go into last week's game. Well, let's set just a little bit of an agenda, I guess. We're going to recap last week. Not much to recap. We'll talk a little bit about the game, our experience at the game itself. We'll talk about the football a little bit. Then we'll get into our Beast and Least of this week. We're going to skip right over our reoccurring Can't Lose locks because it's a little bit early in the week to be talking picks. We're recording this on Tuesday evening, so it's just a little bit too early to be picking football, I think. We got to save that for Thursday and look how lines move a little bit. I mean, for God's sakes, Monday Night Football was just last night.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It's just like I kind of need a little buffer before I get into my DraftKings. But then we'll finish up talking about the Cowboys game a little bit. We kind of got a little foreshadowing from you as far as how you think this game's going to go. But I tend to be the more optimistic one, so we'll get my perspective and yours, and we can kind of argue about it a little bit. Then get into our Christmas stuff. So, So last week, we kind of skipped over the steak sandwiches. We did that right before we skipped or recorded this podcast. I'm not going to make you give a ranking, but season 2, you're going to have to come up with your own food segment now because you've eliminated the food ranking segment from this year's season 1 podcast. You're going to have to come back with a latest and greatest in our off season with the food ranking. So. But we just kind of went right into the game. We spent a little bit of time with John, who was on last week's pod and called in, and his Eagles fans. Honestly, it was great having John on the pod. It was great seeing John.
I mean, he came prepared. I wasn't.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I knew we were in for it when he sent you the 3-page text message of all the things that he wanted to talk about.
He was ready to go, and honestly, his text messages came through at the right time. So he just made the pod. Because when we started recording the pod, I didn't know that John was going to be on the pod, but we are real appreciative of him being on. And I appreciated him and his friends at the game. The only thing that I was disappointed with was the color of their jerseys. They were Eagles.
They were all Eagles fans.
They kind of gave me I don't know, how am I supposed to be getting hyped up for this game when I'm partying with the enemy fan base here? But. There were definitely Eagles fans. I would say there was as many away fans there as there's been all season long. It's been hard to decipher between. I've been trying.
And the last couple games, the lot has been empty. It has not been as full as it was earlier in the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say you're about right.
I mean, it seemed like there was as many Lions fans, as many. Bears fans, you know what I mean? The Raiders really didn't travel that well. The Giants really didn't travel that well. I guess there was a handful of them there. Denver, it was hard to tell with Denver how many fans were there. I didn't feel like there's that many Denver fans.
Yeah, that was hard to tell.
Yeah, but the Eagles fans were loud, and I just hate their, GS Eagles chant. It's just so annoying.
Yeah, were.
But obviously, I'm not that fan base, or else I'd probably freaking love it.
They were into it, and with Philly being as close as they are, it's kind of a home game for them in a sense.
Right. We ate the stadium food. We just went through the free lines and kind of just a little bit of an update from earlier podcast episodes. Like they've really honed in on those lines and getting people through and the stadium experience overall all season long for us. I would say, I mean, aside, if we're trying to be unbiased and set the football aside, I mean, I'm going to put my stadium experience at like an 8.1.
The stadium experience has been good, except this past week for the first time where we go to the elevators, they use that entry point, which I think is like gate A.
That's true.
They use that as an entry point. So like the hallway where the elevators are and stuff, it was just way too packed and jammed up because they had an extra line of people coming in the stadium through that side, and they normally don't. That's normally not open to the general public.
Yeah, navigating in and around the club level from where we come in from our lot into the stadium isn't the greatest. It's not the greatest.
No.
Up and down out of that main escalator. We tend to take
because it's right there.
Elevators.
The escalator's right there at the team store. Like that's the entrance we're coming at.
Yeah. So if there could be, I don't know how they would fix that at all. Really, it's hard. I mean, we're going to bitch about too many people in a stadium.
You can't really fix it,
No.
But I will say, all in all, like our experience at home this season in terms of the stadium has been very good. I mean, I think
the food be a little bit better? Yeah.
In club level, yeah. It could be.
Could there be like random soda fountains set up in more locations? Because we like our fountain soda. Could there be more of those? Yeah, mate. But like that's nitpicky.
Yeah.
That's nitpicky. Like if I'm gonna really bitch and complain, I mean they do a really good job with the stadium light show. In this last game, they had the corgi race at halftime.
Yeah, that was pretty
What was
cool.
your thought on that? You like it?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat.
I was getting our spiked hot chocolates,
But
'cause it was cold.
But they seem to always have like a corgi race, so that was kind of neat.
All right.
But and the hot chocolate.
I prefer the
was
frisbee
needed.
dog. Frisbee dog is more my style.
That was earlier in the season.
Yeah, but as long as they have something. But I like the hot spiked hot cocoa with the Baileys.
I mean, it was neat. It was,
But
you know,
they
it was
definitely
cold
went
game.
to, I don't know what the ounces are. If it used to be 16, they went to a 12-ounce cup, and they didn't change the price. So that's like the inflation, right?
Yeah, you're the one that noticed that the size was a little bit smaller this week as opposed
I
to
handed you an
the
$18 spiked hot cocoa and felt guilty because I was giving you like a small cup,
Yeah.
like, you know, like the whatever McDonald's version of the smallest cup they have for coffee. That's what it is.
It's probably like a 16 ounce at best, but
I don't know. When I get coffee, it's typically in the extra large size. So,
but you were
See,
right.
miniature.
There was a finite window to which you could drink the hot chocolate. It was either like scalding lava hot, or it was just right, or it was on the verge of
it's too cold now.
not warm, but not ice cold yet.
Yeah. You went from zip like, oh fuck, die. Oh,
Yeah.
it's too hot. Yeah. And it's like, oh great, we can comfortably drink this for the next 90 seconds.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like cold. But yeah. The game. So we were in it. Were you kind of like me though? I mean, we came out hot. We got the nice turnover right off the bat.
It was
In the opening
early.
kickoff. It would've
Anything
been
was
nice
possible.
to get 7 off of that opening.
Well, we needed
turnover.
7 off of that.
But it would have been nice to get 7. We'll be happy with the free 3 and the ball after half. And then Mariota was operating the offense well, not great. You can tell Ertz isn't here. I noticed that right away.
And they're not using Senate. So
I cannot
I don't know what's up there.
I don't know. We'll leave the topic of Senate to another podcast because I could talk about him. It's just because it's like, what's going to happen with him? What's the deal? Because it feels like we're about to draft somebody, or we're going to bring in the Zach Ertz equivalent. I don't know who's a 32-year-old tight end out there, but he's probably going to be on our team next year. Unless Peters decides to implement his long-term strategy. But it kind of just seems like so far we've just been taking these vets. And
Yeah.
if that's what we're going to be known for, I don't know, but it's to be determined. But like I said, we can get into that whole Senate conversation and like what puzzle pieces we need for another pod.
But to your earlier question, yeah, I definitely knew it was too early to get excited about the turnover or even the 3 points. Like
Defense looked great in the first
It's
half.
the Eagles, they are, or they were at that point, leading the division going into that game. So I knew it was too early to get overly excited about the game itself and any potential outcome.
Terry opened the second half with a nice big long stretch there. We extended.
Yeah, that was like
little
a 40 yard.
Yeah, I mean I would say the whole thing of the first half was Jake Elliott can't kick. Our defense played a bend don't break, and they really leaned on Elliott missing those kicks, but they were long kicks. So
Yeah,
it's one of those deals where can you really blame a guy kicking outside in the cold that misses a 51, 54, 57? I don't know exactly what his were, but they were long kicks.
Right. They were 50 plus.
And then we took advantage of every opportunity we could. And then it seemed like we were in it all the way up until Mariota got hurt.
Yeah.
I did notice as soon as, because he took a knee at the end of that, I think it was a third down that they were trying to figure out about a conversion.
Once he was out with that hand injury,
that actually was like right before the first half, I think, because I think I forget exactly.
It was either at the tail end of the first half or the beginning of the third quarter.
It was right.
But as soon as he went out, you knew that the game was
Johnson
over.
Was a vet. He's been around the
and then it was sealed by the interception.
The guys behind us seemed like they were know-it-alls about football all the way up until they're like, "Who's this guy?" I'm like, "Josh Johnson. He's been around." And they're like, "For how long?" And I was like, "I think he's 39, like 38, something like that." He's been around for a long time. Actually, I think he's been on our team before.
I think he has too.
So he's just a guy he can obviously intake offenses, and he's done it in every which way, and can.
Well, he's not intaking our offense this week, but we'll get there.
It's a tough ask. I mean, these guys. I mean, are they preparing? Yeah. Are they? But to just go into a situation like that, when they're all warmed up and you're not warmed up, and it's just like, "Oh, go play now. It's second and whatever." It's like, "Oh shoot, what?" He wasn't. It was frustrating because I felt like he was right there on a couple plays, and then he threw that one pick, and then I think he threw another pick. Did he throw two picks?
I only remember the one because as soon as that, what I call the first one, once that happened, it was a done deal.
Yeah. And then when we were down by 11, I think maybe 14, 11, I think it was 11, with about 6 minutes left. And I'm like, well, if they don't go for it here, then they're really, really going to be, it's a tough ask to try to win this game. And so we tried to beat the traffic. And luckily the Philly fans wanted to stay till the end.
Yeah, they wanted.
And we really did beat the traffic. I think they really did want to stomp, but watch us get stomped at home.
Yeah, because
they hung out. We got out of the parking lot.
I mean, when we started exiting the stadium,
all of the Washington
fans were exiting with us.
Yeah, we've sat in that traffic before. We know when it was time to go. But yeah, so It was a good game for about 2.5, 3 quarters, and then to just sit there and watch Johnson try hard was really difficult to do.
Yeah.
One thing I forgot to mention that I really love about the games, we were unsure if we were going to get one, but love the flyover, and specifically love a helicopter flyover.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
We do the national anthem so good. I posted on our
3
Instagram,
helicopter flyover.
Yeah, I posted a video on our Instagram of the flyover, so check that out if you're curious. But I forget who sang it, but she did.
It doesn't matter.
She did good.
No one overly famous.
No, I think she did good. All right. So the only other thing, I did a little bit of research. It was kind of bothering me from last week's pod. We were kind of just talking about Philly fans and how much they suck, and specifically how much they suck this time of year, come Christmas time, towards Santa.
Yeah, because you asked if he was going to be at our game, and I said no, he'll be at the Christmas Day game.
Yeah, and like I said, he doesn't go to Philly games just because of that infamous snowball fight game, I believe from the late 60s. And unbeknownst to me, they did a fake 30 for 30 that filters right into our fake advertisements. So figured I'd let people into what Santa had to say about his experience in Philly. And unbeknownst to us, I'm surprised if he'll be there on Thursday, because I think he swore off NFL games, but maybe because of the new ownership and Josh Harris and a little bit of Magic Johnson, maybe they've brought him back and he will be there.
We shall see.
For game time. So, but yeah, he does not like Philly.
What if I told you that Eagles fans put the entire NFL on the naughty list?
It was when the most wonderful time of the year turned out to be not so wonderful.
Philly fans, they're unforgiving.
Tell us about that day in December 1968.
It was 48 years ago, but it feels like it was yesterday.
You just don't do that to Santa Claus. You just don't.
I didn't know they wanted me on the field.
It was cold, it was freezing, the whole city's miserable, and then this guy.
Before I knew it, perfectly ovular snowballs came cascading down.
He deserved it.
Look at the headline from that week. No, no, no. After seeing his eyes well up in tears, I bet you that's exactly what he was thinking.
He hasn't been back to an NFL game since.
And now, as many know, you've moved on to the NBA. Do you feel more comfortable there?
Oh, absolutely. Not one incident since I became commissioner.
You never see a snowball at an NBA game. Just saying.
And as for Philly?
I haven't been back. And I'll never go back.
ESPN Films presents Ho Ho No, the realest fake 30 for 30 you'll never see.
So, I mean, I'll be shocked if he shows up for the game.
It's Christmas. He's got to show up. Okay, it's not Christmas without Santa. It's not Santa
I noticed
without
that he
Christmas.
was at Lucas Oil Stadium the other day, and that kind of made sense to me, just because the way that stadium is set up, it's got like a roof on it. You know, you have a good place for the sleigh, go right down the chimney, right to a seat probably. I don't know how it all works, but anyway. But it's got me thinking for our next segment, Beast and Least, like, who do you think the beasts of the reindeer are? And who's the least? Maybe that's an easier answer.
Well, the beast is Rudolph. Okay.
Because he lights it up.
And then the least is any other one you want to pick.
They're all the same. They don't all have their personalities or anything. If Rudolph's not there, who's the lead reindeer?
Comet, maybe?
Is it Dasher? I think Cupid's the least. Like, what are you even doing here? This isn't even your holiday.
Right. And that's why he's not there.
Is Cupid not a name of a reindeer?
I don't think. This doesn't matter. Let's move on.
Dallas sucks. Go Birds.
It's the greatest city in the world.
It was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Go Birds! E-L-V-S-E-S-E-S!
Washington football team.
NFC East. From Beast to Least.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph. So Cupid's there.
Okay.
Cupid's the least, though.
You were right.
I don't know anything about their personalities. I'm just saying Cupid because you're in February.
I think people just need to watch the Santa Claus movie and be done with it. It'll tell you all about their personalities.
All right. Beast and Least of the NFC East. And this week I had Beast and you had Least.
Yeah.
So who goes first? Me?
Yeah, you.
I'll go first with the Beast. I'm excited about my Beast. The Pro Bowl was announced.
Yeah, Tress Way's a starter.
And that's my Beast, is Tress Way.
Oh, wow.
He came onto our team in 2013-2014 season. I think he was on the practice squad for the Bears, and that was about it. I don't know who their punter was at the time, but they really missed out on a true pro because Tressway's been nothing but that. But yeah, he was a Redskin, was a football team. He's now a commander. He's been with us that entire time. Let me see here. I'm looking through his stats. How many Pro Bowls does he have? Because I know he's been to the Pro Bowl several times. Let's see. I don't know. I'll look that up. But obviously, Tressway, he's also got a future in media if he wants it, because he's extremely well-spoken. You've never heard anything bad that anybody's ever had to say about Tressway. And the best thing about him is he can boot that ball. He can boot that sucker, which proves why he's proves why he's an all-pro. Not an all-pro, but a Pro Bowler at the age of 35, 36 years old. So that's why Tressway's my beast.
I mean, that's a solid beast.
Solid. You got a better one?
No, not really.
Well, there you go.
I mean, because it wasn't my job to find a beast this week. So, for least, I think it's pretty obvious, and we kind of talked about this before we went on air. I think it's pretty obvious that the least is the Washington quarterback room and the never-ending rotation of starters that we've had over the last...
So Washington Commanders, Washington football team, Washington Redskins quarterback room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Over the number of starters we've had over the last 25 years, it's absolutely insane.
I mean, the Browns they've got to have us beat, right?
I mean, I would think so.
The only quarterback with longevity that comes to mind with the Browns to me was Baker Mayfield. Is there anybody else that gave them a little bit of longevity?
Baker, I think, is the only one, dare I say, like in my lifetime or our lifetime, that really was a settled starter for them.
Because it's been just a recirculating door for them, too. The Bears are another one. Ever since Jay Cutler, they can't seem to find a guy that sticks.
Yeah. I mean, they have Caleb now, but before Caleb, it was who's going to be this season, next season. It was just a season-by-season thing. Of course, they drafted a couple people that didn't work out. But... yeah, that's what I went with.
No, that's a good least. I mean, because obviously we've got...
and we don't even have a starter named for our game that's in 48 hours.
Yeah, that's why it's why it's a good least, because obviously we'll be seeing our third different starter of the season, which...
because basically right now, our quarterback room is Driscoll, who we just signed from Arizona. Johnson, who we know isn't going to start because the game last week was abysmal, and I don't know. We have Sam Howell, but it doesn't seem Hartman, but it doesn't seem like they're keen on him either. Mm-mm. So I don't really think that's why I really don't think it matters who you start.
I think it's going to be Johnson. Then
we definitely going to lose.
Well, I think it's going to be Johnson, because to think that you're just going to sign Driscoll. Now, Driscoll was on our team in our practice squad in our building last year for a period of time, which is
right, because he's familiar with our system under Cliff.
Now, why they don't feel good enough to just let Sam Hartman get a shot I mean, the guy's been in the building now for 2 full seasons.
Yeah. I think you should give him a shot, because he has been with us for 2 years. And if anybody knows the system, I would think it would be him. But there's got to be a reason why they're not elevating him to the starting position, at least for this game.
There's got to be some reason. I don't know what it is either, but they know. But Cliff was asked about it. He was also asked about his coaching future. So let's let Cliff Kingsbury tell us what he thinks about the quarterback.
And to get ahead of a question we're going to ask you at some point, obviously last year your name came up in various head coaching situations, but you focused on the playoffs. Where are you at now once you get to the offseason here in terms of thinking? Is that something you still would like to pursue?
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But, today just trying to get one of these quarterbacks ready to play on a short week.
What went into the decision for Jeff Driscoll versus Sam Hartman? And I guess what are your thoughts on Sam Hartman and why would he not get this opportunity?
Yeah, Sam's done a great job. I think just having a guy on a short week, particularly that's played in NFL games before, is comfortable with our system, was really why that we felt good about bringing him in. The way we've had the quarterback injuries, we wanted another body, a guy who's played, and that was really it. I don't think it'd be fair, to ask Sam to start on a short week, having not getting many reps where you're not going to get live reps going into a game. And I think that is what it came down to.
Back to Josh for a second. Sounds like you're familiar with his journey. It's been kind of unusual, 14 different teams. Just your thoughts on that journey and how it's maybe shaped him as a player.
Yeah, he's really unflappable. I was a guy that bounced around a little bit, not to that extent, and I wasn't as good as he is. But I think just listening to the different coaches, when he tells stories of the different coaches he's worked with, the different schemes he's played in, he has such a wealth of football knowledge, and there's not a situation as a quarterback that he hasn't been in. And so I think when you're coaching him and you're talking through different concepts, he has thoughts on it. He's been in it before. It may have been called 8 different names and different systems he's played in, but he's probably repped it in a game at a time or two. And so that makes it fun for me to just kind of be on that journey with him after it's been 20 years of learning and being coached.
Cool. Thanks, Bob.
All right. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. Thank y'all.
So Cliff doesn't know what's going on either. We're 48 hours to kick off, and they got no idea. I guess they'll declare the starter tomorrow.
I would certainly hope so.
Yeah. But
they're definitely not going to wait till Christmas morning to do it.
No. They'll tell us tomorrow morning. I guess the report will come out pre-practice, I would assume. If they're even going to practice, maybe it's a walkthrough. But I would assume we get word tomorrow on who the starter for Christmas Day is going to be. But that's neither here nor there. We've got a game to play, and the Cowboys are beatable. This is where we go and have to put the shoe on both feet. A couple weeks back, when the season looked like it was getting away from us, I said that we needed to start adding some trickery. Now, we're going to be on Netflix, primetime day game on Christmas Day, 1 o'clock. I have to assume that we're going to have some trickery come out there, especially if we've got some quarterbacks. It's with some inexperience. So I don't know if the trickery comes on offense or special teams.
But the trickery isn't going to win us the game. I'm sorry.
It's not going to win us the game, but our defense have been playing a lot better, and you can't say that's not been the case.
No, we've had that discussion off air. The defense is improved since since DQ took over.
I don't know if the first half of last week's game was Eagles playing bad or us playing good, but Hurts definitely looked off, and Saquon looked off in the first half. Now, once the momentum shifted their way, they captured it like a championship team should, and they just kind of rode it, and we kind of saw that. There were still scores to be put up on the board by the time we left. We didn't even see all the fighting and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think we
were on 495 by the time that stuff happened.
Right, the fighting and the potentially unnecessary 2-point conversion. There was, discussion there. Was that really needed? But it's
It
typical.
wasn't.
It's typical Philly. They're asshole fans. They're asshole just people in general. So like it's the way they do things.
Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah, but and look, but it wasn't as bad of a game as the last time we played Cowboys, which is, I guess, what you've been alluding to, which is, don't you remember the last time we played them, Bob? But I don't know. It's one of those deals where it depends on which team can get pumped up the most. They've still got to travel. It's going to be on Christmas. They're going to be away from their families. They've got nothing to play for. And these are all things that a lot of people don't think about when you're playing a football game, but they're people, and that's what's happening. And at least we're home on Christmas.
You're so optimistic.
I'm just saying, we hung in it against the what will be the division champs, because the Eagles eliminated the Cowboys. The only chance of the Cowboys taking the division was for them to win out and the Eagles to lose out.
Right.
And of course, they found out that they weren't going to lose out real quick. So, I don't know. It's still going to be a football game. It's any given Sunday. It's Christmas. Can't we ask for a Christmas gift?
We can.
Terry's still going to be there.
Yeah.
Tebow's still going to be there. Bill's been running the ball better.
But I mean, if you want to use your Christmas wish to ask for a win, you go right ahead. But I'm not going to.
I got enough other things to wish for at this point in the season to be spending it on teams with only 4 wins. I'm not going to be wishing for that. I just hope it happens. I hope there's enough.
Well, I hope it does too. But, this podcast is about being realistic and not living in fantasy land.
I am curious what we'll be missing out on the fact that this is going to be a Netflix game, if the game time atmosphere will be any different. I think they're having a halftime show, which I'm looking up here. Let's see here. The halftime show. Kelly Clarkson. Is that true? For another game. There's 2 games on Netflix.
I haven't heard anything about halftime shows for Christmas Day, so.
Oh, well, let me just pop over to my email, because they sent me that email they always know before you go type thing. So I assume that would be in there. They tell us about the corgi races. They won't tell us about the big Christmas Day halftime show. Let's see here. No. I'll have to check the app. Is it in your app?
Well, I got that email, but I think I deleted it.
Because we're not going, so we don't need to know before we go.
Yeah.
Game day guide. Oh, it's some kind of fan appreciation day game, too. I'm glad they saved it for Christmas. Oh, it's Fan Appreciation Week. Well, are we being appreciated, Mike?
I mean, I guess I feel appreciated.
I don't know. I don't really care about the halftime show. But outside that, so what's your Christmas Day plans? You're going to wake up, is all of your Christmas festivities early?
Yeah, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to open my gifts, and then I'm going to...
With your family?
Yeah, we're going to watch football and stuff. That's what we're doing.
Nice.
Because our traditional stuff isn't happening until the weekend.
The big family get together.
That normally takes place on Christmas Day is now taking place after Christmas. So,
well, it takes a little bit of pressure off of Christmas Day, but it also prolongs the holiday. I don't know if you like that or not. Sometimes
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind celebrating Christmas all the way through through New Year's. But there's something about the January 4th date to me that it's just like, by this time everything better be down and done, and don't say Happy New Year to me anymore.
Well, yeah, like the weekend after the New Year, so the first weekend of the New Year, you got to take your Christmas decorations down, all that kind of stuff. Like the season is over. It's,
Yeah. We're going to church Christmas Eve. We're doing nice little Christmas. My family's coming over Christmas morning. I'm going to put a prime rib in the oven. I picked that up today.
You did that last year too, didn't
that's
you?
Our Christmas.
But I guess because it went over so well.
Oh, yeah, it was so good. So our Christmas Day meal is going to be the prime rib. I'm going to let that cook throughout the game. I wish I could fast forward through the game, but I can't fast forward through live TV because I'm going to watch it live just because it's on Netflix. This is nice for a lot of other people. They can pause and fast forward or whatever throughout the day. But now I'm going to watch it as live as I can. That way I can kind of get it over with. And then have that prime rib and kind of go through our Christmas festivities for the rest of the afternoon with my sisters and my mom and my sister's kids. So it's going to be a good time.
Well, that sounds like a great day.
And I hope that we're celebrating a win, even though it doesn't seem likely like the rest of our games. But I've got a Washington Redskins / football team / Commanders themed Christmas tree. So I'm hoping that we're celebrating a Christmas victory, or else this whole tree is for nothing. Well, no, I mean, it's for Jesus. No, it's for Santa. I got my nativity set up. There's no Redskins football helmet in the nativity this year. So
took that out, huh?
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we hope everybody has a good. Actually, you know what? Hold that thought. I was going to close this out, but then I wanted to see if I could get some Dallas insight. Now I hope that I did get some here. Let's see. Oh, yep. So we got a listener in Texas. I asked him what the vibe was looking like down there for this week's game. If we were going to take them down on Christmas with a third or fourth string QB, or is that wishful thinking? And what do you have to say? We are ready for the Mexican Xmas against the Cowboys games and are definitely the world versus us down here. Everyone is hating, but that's when we wear our colors proudly. All right. And he sent me a picture of his Commander's hoodie or jacket with his looks like his Mexican Christmas star that he's got. So I'll share that on Instagram. I appreciate him listening and shouting out. I hope he has a good Christmas. I hope everybody else has a good Christmas. And we will leave this podcast and close this podcast out with my Christmas poem to you on 'Twas the Washington Christmas Night. Season of football in Washington town, where hopes climbed real high, then immediately drowned. We talked Super Bowls and made plans in our heads. By October, we're Googling draft order instead. The jerseys were fresh, the Kool-Aid was strong. Then somehow every damn Sunday went wrong. We tried blaming the refs, the turf, and the rain. Turns out the real curse was familiar pain. The losses kept stacking one week after next. 8 straight in a row. Even Siri looked stressed. Just one good Sunday, the fan base would beg. Instead, we got the Vikings 31-0 and a big old goose egg. Oh, the injuries piled like gifts no one wants. Hamstrings, elbows, depth charts turning to fonts. The QB went down, then up, then back down. And then by December they said, yeah, let's shut them all the way down. We squinted for positives. We searched far and wide. We found one. Hey, look, we beat New York. Small little piece of pride. 29-21. Confetti. Mentally. And we celebrated like champs. Emotionally. Then Philly rolled in with that smug eagle grin, took the game 29-18 and clinched, of course, a win. Our season officially wrapped with a bow. Gift wrapped in disappointment. Ho, ho, ho. Now Christmas rolls in, the playoffs roll past. We're stuck rewatching highlights from seasons long past. We argue the draft, mock trades with our friends. Next year's the year is the most loyal of trends. So raise up your drink, eggnog, beer, or regret, to the team we can't quit and won't ever forget. Merry Christmas, dear fans. Though the record was rough, we survived another season, and honestly, that's enough.